Thank you to the major sponsors, Family Photos, major sponsors for Women League Day.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ponsonby ponies just down there, and I think they'll be happy with their efforts. The coach will be, well, pretty well ecstatic, to be fair, in regards to their attack today, doing very, very well. And, you know, we'll hear a wee bit of the audio coming through from the referees there as they're having a talk about their match so far. And we'll just see if we can't bring up the Mt Wellington Warriors. And I dare say their chat will be a different contrast to what's happening over in the ponies camp. Just panning back now. Good crowd down here today at Mount Smart number 2. There's the Mt Wellington Warriors. And what a grand effort for them, making it all the way to the Pennant Grand Final. And they're being addressed by their head coach. Yep. Wee bit of a G up for them. And some of their execution's been pretty good in regards to the completion of sets. So get ready. Ponies very, very keen. However, Ponsonby are out there into kick-off formation as we welcome Corey Rosser back into the commentary box, and Corey's been out the back there getting ready for team lists for the next big match. And we've had a couple of accreditation people turn up, and they look like we're getting some official photos done, Corey.
Yep, some media interest today, of course, with the women's final being on. It is the premier women's competition in New Zealand. Kiwi ferns all over the park in this one. In fact, it's probably harder to find a non-international player than it is an international player in this big game. Classy sides. Just looking down pitch side there, I can see a very happy looking John Mana. I'm sure he'll be absolutely wrapped with that first half from his team. For Tony TT, well, different story. Whole lot of work for his ladies to do. As we get back underway, the second half here, 40 minutes to go in the season for these two teams.
Out of this side, hold, go. That's one. Nothing wrong. Yes, no, nothing wrong. She just hit her for 4. That's 2. Okay, good. Still moving forward. Hold! Release, Cam. Working here with me, Daniel. All the way 9. That's 3. Contact good. Move now, 12. Working here.
So Mount Wellington, chance to strike early in this half. They did score early to start the game, Troy, so they know they've got the ability once they get down there. And off the back of a nice offload, now as you see a high one out to the wing, and it's a bouncing one, a tricky one, and here we go for Mount Wellington.
Nice bounce over here, good regather, here we go.
Took a horrible bounce at first, but in the end, they get there. And the try is confirmed. Let's take a look on the Farrelly Photos instant replay.
Yeah, you can hear the referee down there having a bit of a chuckle as he explained to the player that was the bounce of the ball. As you see the replay there, and it bounced back over the pony's head. She managed to catch it from behind the Mount Wellington Warriors player, and from there it was all clear sailing as the Warriors went in and dotted down.
Yeah, really nice try there from Akiriri Nipu, 19-year-old half. Played rugby union for Manukau previously. But right place, right time to score that one. attempt to convert her own try. Difficult one and won't have the legs or the accuracy. So score will remain Ponsonby 40, Mt Wellington 8. Looking ahead to the main game today, Troy, which kicks off in a short time. Some big individual clashes. Well, we're going to miss possibly the pick of the bunch. Crystal Rota injured yesterday at Kiwi Ferns training, so she'll be missing from the Manurewa lineup. Was really looking forward to seeing her clash with Georgia Hale, two players who have won Auckland Player of the Year in the last few years. But a number of Kiwi Ferns that are going to meet on the field today. It's going to be good to see Serena Fiso back in action as well. One of the greats of women's rugby league, back from having a baby and by all accounts playing some really good footy.
Yeah, as you said, there's some class right across the park on both teams. And the referee says play on there, off the legs, and here come the Mount. Oh, great little fake pass there. Mount Wellington Warriors now grinding it out from inside the 40. Good run. Bit of a shift here on the left. Looking for a play on. Yeah, he's offload.
You're looking a little bit more likely now, the Mount Wellington Warriors. Coach Tony Titi obviously with some good advice at half-time, perhaps, turn things around a little bit.
Well, you called it earlier about their second phase play. They know how to throw the ball around.
Elua chopped down there, 20 out from the line, and they'll get to their kick, and it's got plenty on it. Tester for Taylor, and that might have gone clean through.
Yeah.
No, touched is called, so goal line dropout, as you mentioned, Troy.
Get the ball back, so they'll be doing the Warriors a world of good.
I'll give you the whistle to go.
Ponsonby ready to restart play. It's a short one.
Oh, she's not going.
Well, that's an unfortunate one. It was sort of swirling in the wind there and gets put down. So just as Mount Wellington was starting to build a bit of pressure. Do want to give a shout out as well to the Auckland Women's Nines, which are coming up on Sunday, August 26th. It's a joint venture between the Auckland Rugby League and the New Zealand Institute of Sport. It's going to be held at Ngāti Otara Park and open to all clubs and tertiary institutions in Auckland. If you are interested in signing up for that one, olivia.s@aucklandleague.co.nz is the person to send your expression of interest to. Registrations for that one closing off on Friday, August 10. All the details available on aucklandleague.co.nz. It's going to be a really cool tournament to extend the season. Of course, we have had to cut the
Oh, here we go again.
Fairly Photos Women's Premiership season a little short due to the NRL Women's Comp this year. And Hodoa again, Troy.
Great step. Line pressure out there on that left edge. Great
Short at the
offload.
line. That is beautiful rugby league. Really good presence of mind there. They're moving this Mount Wellington pack around. Now Noble hands it off to Meti. Meti calls her back rower in underneath. Instead goes wide to the centre. Nimani.
Here we are, ladies. That's three. Go.
3 tackles have made a lot of metres.
No, it's on the shoulder.
A good carry that time from Apaina, a Cook Islands women's representative. Former Point Chevalier player. So they straighten up through the middle via Messi. Right in front of the post. Last tackle coming up, Ponsonby. They'll swing it to Meti. Meti sums it up. Dinks a little kick in behind. Just a little bit too strong. Not much on it. Taylor was roaring through. Out to the 20 for the Mount Wellington Warriors, though. Well, from what we've seen so far of Ponsonby, Troy, you think if they keep this squad together, I don't think they'll be hanging around in the pennant competition for too long because they've got the class there, it's clear to see. And I would think Another year under their belts, this team will be more than capable of playing up in the premiership competition. Credit to John Munner, who's clearly done a really good job coaching them. You can tell they're well coached. Credit as well to the Ponsonby club for bringing a women's team back into the competition. Really good to see the women's game flourishing in Auckland. It's been a big year for female rugby league in the district. The new under-13 girls grade, which now ensures that girls can play the game from mini mods right through to seniors. Able to invite girls to the ARL Jets camp pre-season as well for the first time. And then the Auckland women's team, who are going to get 2 shots at the Vodafone Warriors women's team. Really looking forward to that. Coming up in August. First of them on August 10. Mt Wellington now. Again looking to hit, and it's a good kick. It's going to split. Winger and fullback. Hodor picks it up, and look out. Looking for a little gap. This time they do really well to close things up.
Here we are, ladies. Oh, go. That's 2.
Great bust.
Really good carry up through the middle that time. Ponsonby relentless in their work through the middle of the park today. Such an impressive side. Now they go left edge. That's going to be forward, and just as well for Mt Wellington because Meli Toki.
Someone down on the ground there. Trainers coming on.
Time off while we attend to the injured player.
Might have just fallen awkwardly in that play the ball area.
Okay, ladies, we'll form our scrum anyway. Just need to get some here back into the zone.
And the referee getting ready to form the scrum.
Time back on. Big shout out to our match officials today as well. A number of the guys backing up and doing 2 games today.
Here's the line here, girls. Come into the line, Jack. Come into the line. Okay, here's it now, ladies. 6, push in tighter, 6. 6, go closer to the scrum. Ponsonby 6, closer to the scrum. Yeah. Yeah, put it in now, 7. 14. Out!
Back underway we go here at Mount Smart Stadium number 2. If you are just joining us, we're in the Women's Pennant Grand Final, sponsored by Farrelly Photos.
Oh, great little
Nice
fake.
little
She
show,
split
nice
them.
little go, and now
Great
support
offload.
on the outside. Ponsonby get across though, that's really good covering defence. She'll stand in the tackle.
They know how to throw the ball around when they get the chance, don't they?
Yep, certainly some good skills in this side. It's a shame the scoreline's blown out how it has, because Mt Wellington, you get the feeling, probably a much better team than the scoreline suggests today. Now they clear the ruck, they power back up through the middle of the park, but Ponsonby getting there in numbers. Good to see the ponies so committed to their work in defence, despite holding a handsome lead heading into the final half hour here. Jump out of dummy half, there's her second. That's a clever little play there from Nepu, who grabs her second try of the game. She's sprinting back to halfway, wants to get things going again. Let's take a look at how it happened. Good carry forward here. Brings in 3 or 4 Ponsonby defenders. And then just a neat little bit of footwork.
Number 7, Hillary Nepu scoring her second try of the match.
Attempted conversion. This time from George. Flags go up.
George is the extra 2.
Oh, thanks, I got one, brother. Thank you.
So Ponsonby with a slow stroll back to halfway, 40 points to 14. Mount Wellington certainly have been much improved in the second half.
Okay, Chase has been signed this run.
Yeah, to be fair, it's been all Mount Wellington, hasn't it? They, you know, completed a number of sets. They've been playing in the right part of the field. They've scored a couple of tries.
Time at 10. Nice work, ladies.
Taylor gets us back underway, a bouncing one, which is claimed 25 out from the line, and then a little pass back inside.
Release. Yeah. Tim, I ref, you play, okay? Take it a few steps back. Yeah, play the ball there.
No nonsense warning there for one of the players.
That is one. Hold. Go, there's 2. Markers are good. Release, cat. That's 3, working here. Go. All's good, play it, play on.
Oh, showing great determination here on this run.
Yeah, they're all over them through the middle of the park all of a sudden, Mount Wellington. And Troy, you mentioned it earlier, it's been fairly well one-way traffic in the second spell.
Counts 4 there, ladies.
As Mount Wellington go looking for further points.
Together, 5.
Spinning up the back, and
Yep, Chase
it's a high one, and a real tester here for Taylor at the back. Brings it in nicely. And then it's taken the ground. Makes it just outside of the 10.
One step, just 1 step. Go, nice work. That's 1.
Hold on.
Play on, shoulder. Stand now. That's 2. Make it back, Ola. Count to 2, yes, you're on. 11.
Noble fends away from 1 and then 2.
Yes.
Good yardage there from the captain.
Had a hand on you. That's 3.
Down the left they come.
Play on, offload it backwards. Offload it backwards.
Messy offload
One
out the
back,
back,
yeah.
which is cleaned up by Ponsonby.
Stand now. Work it out. 4 ladies. Go. Play.
Short at the
Short
line.
ball, yeah.
Sewer
Still
takes it
going.
forward. Brushes off 1.
Winding up a bit of speed now.
Into open space now. She's got her halfback, Meti, looming in support. Now they've got options on the outside. They should score here. It's gone forward. Play breaks down. That's a great call from the officials.
Yep, strong ladies.
And the scrum will pack down.
So first time in a little while since really the first half. We see the ponies breaking out.
Yeah. Yep. So a credit to Tony TT in this Mount Wellington side. The response in the second half has been pretty impressive considering.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mount Wellington, you know, they obviously love to attack. They know how to throw the ball around. They just didn't bring some of that passion to the defence line.
Ponsonby holding the way. Ball in 11.
You gotta love that. Some shorts in the scrum there. They're Bay Roskell shorts. Here's a
Late
break
transfer.
now, and that's unfortunate. It spills out, and now Hodua, she's dangerous on a broken line. Look out, accelerates through, breaks 1, and then gets taken down. 15 out from the line. Mount Wellington, they look shot on the edges. This is where Ponsonby are going to go. Meti hands it off now to Nimani. Nimani steps back in. There's a try. Priscilla Nimani, her first year playing rugby league, 26 years of age. And she is now a try scorer in the grand final.
Fairly Photos action replay. Nice little dummy.
Beautiful
Backdoored
pass,
it.
wasn't
Absolutely.
it, from Tanga Vaital?
With the stepping there. Just shifted the body weight, and that certainly opened the try line up.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, whistle at the money.
Big thank you once again to Farrelly Photos, major sponsors of the Auckland Rugby League Women's Premiership Grand Final here today at Mount Smart number 2, as we're getting ready now for Manurewa and Richmond Roses to arrive on the big stage. And the kick is away.
Taylor's second miss of the day. As we enter the final 20 minutes here, as the Ponsonby ponies well and truly in control.
Yep, the sideline man needs to have a little bit of a tinkle there, we heard.
I wonder if they know they're on live television right now. Always good entertainment, the referee chat.
Number 2, Alicia Taylor is the extra 2.
And good to catch up with the referees earlier in the week. On I think it was Monday night, we managed to see the Auckland Referees Association referees, and mate, got a lot of time and respect for those guys and ladies that are there. And was also good to catch up with my first Auckland Rugby League coach in under-15s, Neville Kesher, and what a legend he is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Wally Lewis, don't care, you're the king. You're sent from Carlaw Park, my friend. Goodbye, Wally. Here we go.
I think Wally still remembers that day just quietly as well, as we see Ponsonby now put the ball down.
Got an error there. Yep, we're waiting for the scrum to pack down. Savannah's on our ARL commentary team, and great to have her here on her scooter with her cracked ankle. Had a fabulous season running the line at Otahu, and she must be enjoying the action here today as well.
Yeah, well, they were very close to being part of this day. Otahu, losers in the major semi-final last week. Had a great year, brought in some real talent, number of internationals coming on board under the guidance of Tuila Fotumoala.
Go Tuila.
We wish Tuila and the rest of our ladies all the very best in the upcoming NRL Women's Premiership. How good's that going to be, Troy?
I don't know, as good as her hearting my tweet.
Nothing like someone famous liking your tweet. Now we get to play the ball. Mount Wellington with a chance to register further points.
Good D on the line here by the ponies. Oh,
Quick hands out wide. They should score here. Ball grounded. This will be a try. Mount Wellington are in for their fourth.
wow, what a second half by the Mount Wellington Warriors.
Let's take a look now on the replay. And it was fairly one out, wasn't it, for the majority? And then here, the key one, standing in the tackle, gets to a quick play of the ball, little dummy, spins out of one, spins out of two, and crashes over, and it is Atua George who scores Mount Wellington's fourth. Reduces the gap to 44-18 with kick to come.
And just over on the far side of us here at the commentary box, the Manurewa team heading out for warm-ups now. And I dare say there'll be a few butterflies in the camp as they get ready for the 2018 Grand Final, sponsored by Farrelly Photos.
Kick is away. So score remained 44-18.
Great comeback in the second half by the Mount Wellington Warriors. And I dare say their run rate will want to be keeping at this pace, if the ponies have anything to do with it. It's going to be a little bit of a tough ask. As always, it's a pleasure sitting next to Corey, who is casting his eye out now. It's a young Ponsonby ball boy, sets the tee up.
Time to run, ladies. Time to run.
The other Warriors in action this afternoon as well, Troy. The Vodafone Warriors up against the Gold Coast Titans. Who do you like in that one?
Time out.
Warriors all day, mate.
Good answer. Back to it we go. And Mt Wellington. Tough contact down low there.
Now you're on. Touch forward.
And a knock on from Mt Wellington. So, scrum the pack down.
Scrum here, ladies. Scrum here.
Pony's feet.
Here we are, ladies. Please up here. Here. Okay, head turn. Hold in the weight now, Wellington. Yeah, head turn, ladies. 4 and 6. Out! Just 2 hands up. We speed to kick 6.
Odoa shakes off the first one. Shakes off the second one. The third finishes it off.
Work here, ladies. That's 1.
She felt that one as well.
Can't get up. Yeah, nothing in there, thanks. Yeah, no, she's just got her ankle. Don't play.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, fans of the Auckland Rugby League, we've got live action happening next weekend. Glenora hosting Mangere East out there at Harold Moody. And our build-up for that game will be from 2 p.m. on. Getting into the weekend, though, we've got to get past Wednesday, Corey, and as you know, a bit of a surprise package there as we yet to select what we're going to cover for College Rugby League, and that'll be on aucklandleague.co.nz.
Getting to that time of the year now, we were able to pick and choose the best games to stream as we get to the business end of that comp. As Nimani carries forward.
Square markers, nice.
Alili hands off now to Tanga Vaital, who has been one of Ponsonby's best today in the engine room.
Working here, ladies. There's 2, go.
Mili Toki bumps it forward and takes 4 to stop her.
Yeah, she's had a great day as well.
That's 3, play on.
Alili jumps out of dummy half, ball's loose.
No, she just lost an impact, player.
So a knock on is the call.
Just lost an impact. Let's scrum out here, ladies.
Excuse me. I think the bench has performed very well for the Ponies as well, Corey. You know, everyone there has contributed.
Yep, some real class in that forward pack. A lot to like about some of these players today.
Yeah, looks like the trainer's carrying the player off in the background there and left the bottle on the park. Another trainer going out, so obviously something not quite right with that ankle. She's off.
It did look like
all good.
probably caught a defender just hitting that on the way down, and perhaps an ankle injury there for Mazalina Hodua. It's a real shame that that is the way she will finish her game by the look of it. Nice little bit of second phase here from Mt Wellington. Well, we've touched on it numerous times in this game. At their best when they're throwing the ball around.
Go, that's 1.
Yeah, they've got some great ball players. They know how to draw and pass. There's been a couple of great drops back on the inside as they've, you know, turned players inside out. Another strong carry up to the halfway.
Here we are, lock in. All the way, 6, keep coming, 6. That's 3, nice work.
Taylor up out of the line, which leaves a gap on this left edge now, and the ball's put down. Now Ponsonby with the chance to counter, and they hand it back inside to Taylor. Put down on a dominant tackle.
Go. Stand now. Work here, ladies, that's 1.
Toki will change of direction at the line.
Release.
slammed to the ground at the end.
Go. Count
Change
two.
going on and behind our camera shot here. It's like Tanga Vaital off for a rest, and on in her place comes Holly Wade.
Three. That's three, go.
Left edge they attack. Missy,
Release. That's four. One foot on the line.
one tackle up their sleeve.
Four, ladies.
Apaina, the Cook Island International, smashes it to about 2 meters out from the line. Alili,
Shaped the kick. Then rush down. Here we go. Yep.
knocked
Knock
on
on.
by Mt Wellington.
Looking.
Pitch side Troy at the injured player. Holdua definitely looks to me
Yeah.
like an ankle injury the way she's carrying that one. So that is a real shame. She had a really good game.
Well, she ain't sitting down, mate, and I think she's trying to walk it off. So her day's not finished yet.
Well, looking at the way she's walking, it would be a miraculous recovery at this point. And with your team up 44-18, I'm not sure it's worth the risk.
Okay, here's in now, ladies. Wait. Still going for
Meti to feed the scrum.
Seven, I'll tell you, they haven't is Mount Wellington.
We'll go back and do that all again.
Okay, here's in, ladies.
The referee's a happy guy. The grand final here at Mount Smart number 2. Oh, great break from the base of the scrum.
Straight off the back of the scrum. Tanga Vaital, so that obviously wasn't her that got interchanged earlier.
Yeah, nice. That's one.
Left edge they come. Strong carried forward from Alili.
Okay, that's two. Move. Hold there, ladies. Don't dive in the
Apaina down the dummy half.
Play on. Contact, good. Release. 1 foot on the line.
But they lost a little bit of their
That's
structure.
three, nice work, ladies.
The second half, Ponsonby.
Ball's good.
Now a looping ball then over the top. Nimani picks it up. She carries forward but is driven back.
1 foot on the line, Ola.
One tackle to play.
Go.
Meti looking at Toki and behind the line kicks instead, and Taylor just about got there.
You can set now.
Instead the ball rolls dead.
Bring it to the middle, Seven. Go on, you, Seven. As soon as you get there, wait for it, touch your foot. Yeah. Contact, good. Still moving forward. Okay, tackle, stand. Work here, ladies. Hold. Hold, go. That's one.
Oh, nice little feet.
Two in the tackle.
Nice little feet, Corey. Great little footwork there at the
Hold in here.
at the defender.
Go.
Twinkled toed round her.
All
Oh,
good, play on.
Change of direction like that from Mt Wellington, and then
Tackle.
take him down. 40 out.
oh, sat her down. Probably not one you want to take high.
That's four. All the way back down now. Abandon.
Ball
It's
put
one.
down, and now Ponsonby. Well, they'll want to crack 50 here. Will no doubt be the next little goal on the list for Ponsonby. One converted try away from it, the way Alicia Taylor is kicking today. Very likely that if they do score,
Held off
took
her,
over
still
the
running.
half century, and now 25 out from the line.
Here we are. We're here. 12. The ball's got offside abandon.
Great tackle.
12.
Offside the call.
I did find yours offside. Got to make it back.
Got the warning from referee.
Well, technique was good, just shame was inside the 10.
We're going to do tackle kick. Okay, let me out of your way. Wait for the whistle.
Referee Millett, very good with his communication today.
Yeah, that was one of the things that came out, the visit to the Auckland Rugby League Referees Association.
Good tackle. Release. 1 foot on the
They asked about our live stream was good, clear communication and good hand signal, especially when we're not got them mic'd up.
Yeah, that's right. Can be a little hard to pick up some of the calls there. As
Go.
Nearly started back on the field now, and Apina runs it hard and straight.
Release now, 3. Go.
He started, shifts to the left. Slide to Noble. Held up will be the call.
Great defense there by the Warriors.
Right on your hand. Here we are, we take it out to the 10. Count will be 4. Marcus want to go? Here we are, wait for the whistle, wait for the whistle. Get outside down here. Count 4. Play on, no one to Peter, play on. Good tackle. Release!
Big contact there. 9 out from the line. Ponsonby
Count to 5.
looking for another here. Looping ball over the top. Ball is loose. Picked up by Mt Wellington.
Here we are, guys. All the way, King. Keep coming. Now you're on.
Really good carry down the left edge here now and into open space. Brilliant stuff from Mt Wellington.
Quick in here, ladies. Give her space. No, that's 2. No tackles. Stand now. Quick in here. And 3 hold. Go. Unlucky. Unlucky.
Ball knocked on.
Here we are.
Play breaks down for Mt Wellington. Looked promising for a while there.
Here we are, ladies. Here we are.
At the conclusion of the women's grand final, ladies and gentlemen, there will be presentations on the field in front of the stand. You are not permitted to leave the stand and come across the running track or come onto the field. So that will take place at the conclusion of this game. There will be the presentations.
Bit of footwork now from Tuia. Hands off to Messi. Messi now breaks down the left-hand side. Latu Messi into open space. Steps the fullback and then ends up tripping over. If they get a quick play of the ball here, there's no one on the right edge for Mt Wellington. They get there, but they go 1 out.
Good tackle. At the line. Here we are.
Lomahina is the player tackled. They're inside the 10 now. To the line they go. Noble shuffles it on to Meli Toki. Toki fends off one. Too easy for Meli Toki. Goes in, centralises it under the post. That caps off a fine game for the back rower. And yet another Ponsonby try.
Try score for Ponsonby, number 11. Meli Toki has scored his 2nd try of the match.
Taylor converts from in front and ticks it over to 50 points for the Ponsonby Ponies. What a performance here in this grand final. Credit to the Mt Wellington side who have kept turning up despite the obvious gap in class today.
I'm going down. I'm going to go down.
4 minutes, ladies. You see that? Hey.
You can get this thing. Yeah, no, all good.
Here we go.
Just let me know when we're wrong, that's all. Shall I start wandering down now?
Oh, upward.
So back now and as we enter the final 3 minutes of a very one-sided Fairleigh Photos Women's Pennant Grand Final. This Ponsonby side, we touched on it earlier, certainly look a class above in this second tier. And, should they be able to keep everyone together, no doubt will contend for that top division next year. Nice little turn back inside there from Kathleen Noble, hands it to Sewer, and Sewer is going to go through, fullback to beat. Cover comes across, bumps off one, bumps off two, still going is Joanna Sewer. And now they've got space out here on this right edge. Ponsonby, little basketball pass over the top, Millie Toki. Toki will go in, this will be her third try. Millie Toki, another try for the back rower. Ponsonby ponies, take your hat off. Great to watch. And it all starts with this incredible carry from Sewer, who at the end of it has the presence of mind to offload. Netty, basketball passed over the top, and then Toki, that famous fend, gets rid of one, gets rid of the second, runs in for another try. A strong performer today in a team full of stars. Alicia Taylor lines up the conversion there, now back live. Strikes it and it's low and away, so the score will remain 54-18 as we enter the final 1 minute of this Fairleigh Photos Women's Pennant Grand Final.
Just on a minute to go. Just a couple of quick announcements, ladies and gentlemen. There's a video required evacuation. Evacuation exit. Just over the exit gates where you came in today. Public use 2 drinking taps to the right of the entrance where you came in. St John's are on site and are located in the driveway. If required, security and event staff will help. Please keep all footpaths and public access areas clear at all times. Announcement number 2 is a smoke-free and alcohol-free facility. If you need to smoke, you need to exit the stadium.
So here we go, the last minute of the season for these two sides. Ponsonby to look to finish this dominant showing on the ball. Toki gets the offload away, and looming in supporters, Elisada fighting in the tackle and somehow stays on her feet, eventually taking the ground 40 out. Kathleen Noble worked really hard today as the captain. Tuia taking the ground. Toki jumps into dummy half. She'll steal a few metres, kicks in behind now. Millie Toki, surely she's not going to add another one off a chip and chase. Regathered by Mt Wellington, ball then spills loose. And this should be the last play of the game. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Fairleigh Photos Women's Pennant Champions. The Ponsonby Ponies, 54 points to 18 over the Mt Wellington Warriors. Congratulations to both sides on making it through to the decider. Ponsonby, too classy on the day. Brilliant showing from their forward pack and in the outside backs. Some brilliant tries scored. We're now going to take a very short break before we go down to the on-field presentations.
Thank our sponsors and partners for 2018. They are Fairleigh Photos, sponsors of Women's Premiership and Pennant. SAS, proud sponsors of the Fox Memorial Championship. Crown Lift Trucks, sponsors of the Sharman Cup Premiership. Steen Football's official ball partners. Hayden and Lowen, sponsors of the secondary schools toilets competition. Subsidiary partners, Carway Productions and Ctas. Just while we're getting set up, ladies and gentlemen, I can give you the teams for the day's main match. That, of course, is the Women's Fairleigh Photos Women's Premiership Grand Final. And today, the Richmond Roses will run out as follows. 1, Shannon Muru. 2, Karina Sakini. 10, centres Amber Hall. 4, Vanessa Molia Fraser. 5, Jessica Diamond. 6, Chantel Woodman. 7, Alice Bailea. 11, Aneta Gloria Rosala. 9, Georgia Hale. 15, Lani Latara Williams. 14, Lorena Papalai. 12, Ruth Bay. 13, Afina Marsh. 3, Crystal Tamarua. 16, Skylar Arika. 19, Shahada Tomo, and 20, Destiny Tavita. And Minurua will line out as follows today. 1, Serena Fiso Clark. 2, Leonie Williams. 3, Johnson Patari. 4, Kirahina Matua. 5, Amber Carney. 6, Laura Mario. 7, Raquel Anderson Pittman. 7, Katasina Wira Kobe. 8, Karaitiana Wira Kobe. 9, Crystal Rota. 10, Rihanna Uruwai. 11, Tara Iti. 12, Tanika James Noble Bell. 13, Chicago. 14, Crystal Stout. 15, Leanne Gardner. 16,
Okay, we've just hijacked the captain of the Mt Wellington Warriors. Commiserations on today's score, but the second half, how good was that?
Oh man, I'm just proud that we even scored more than one try against Ponies, because the last time we played them we scored one try, and then the other game was 94-0.
Well, coming back from 94-0, this must give you immense pride.
Proud of my girls. Next season we want to come back stronger. Hopefully we'll make the top 6.
Well, the second half for all of the girls here, they certainly played very, very well. Your second phase play was just awesome to watch. You put on 2 or 3 tries in the second half. That must be a great feeling. Where's the party tonight?
Hopefully Coach's house. Magri Mayflower.
Look, on behalf of the Auckland Rugby League, congratulations on making the grand final. Remember, some girls never actually get to a grand final, so exceptionally good.
Thank you. Mount Wellington.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're just stealing her straight out of the team talk. Here's the captain of the Ponsonby Ponies. How are you feeling?
Good. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm real proud of our ladies. This is the first time we've had a team in over 10 years, so yeah, really proud of our ladies.
Ponies proud. First half, you guys certainly put the accelerator down, did exceptionally well. What were you thinking in the second half when the Mt Wellington Warriors were coming back?
I thought we still had it. Like, I was confident in our ladies, we could do it, so yeah, and we did it. So, yeah.
And who was your pick today in regards to best pony on the park for you?
Go for our second rower, Millie. Yeah, that's the player of the day.
Awesome. Look, sorry to have kidnapped you. Congratulations on behalf of the Auckland Rugby League. We'll head over to the presentation.
Thank you.
So the camera comes down and beams on them. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to both teams. Farrelly Photos, Women's Pennant Grand Finalists. And to the Ponsonby Ponies, 54-18 winners for 2018. We'll now commence the formal presentations, and I'd like to invite the Auckland Rugby League's Women's Advocate, Lynn Cameron, to say a few words.
Congratulations to both teams. What an awesome final. There's a lot of hands and hard work that go into making a final possible. So I'd like to acknowledge the ARL staff, the football committee and our match officials for everything you've done to make the game possible. Secondly, I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, Mike Farrelly, who has come on board with Farrelly Photos this year to support our women's competition. So big round of applause for Mike. And finally, congratulations to Ponsonby. Well done, awesome, awesome effort.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now we'll move on to the formal presentation. We wouldn't have a game without match officials and referees each week. They aspire to grand finals, and congratulations to the officials appointed. I'd now like to invite them to come and get their grand final medals. That's referee Dave Miller, touch judges Sam Hill and Jack Haslam. And to our match manager, Mike Ashworth. Before presentation of the runner-up medals, I'd like to invite the Mt Wellington Warriors captain up to say a few words.
Firstly, I'd like to give thanks to our Heavenly Father for guiding us throughout this whole 80 minutes because my lungs are gone. Firstly, Ponsonby, you guys are amazing. We always come short against you guys, and that's just something that we need to work on for next year, hopefully. So congratulations, you guys deserve it, and well done. To my girls, you guys are a bunch of savages, and I cannot imagine playing with anyone else but you guys. You guys have done so well, and I'm so proud of you, even though you guys are annoying half the time, but really, really proud of the effort. And to our management and our coaching staff, thank you so much for putting up with us the whole year. You guys are amazing. So thanks, guys. Thanks for all the supporters. Thanks for coming out. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Nadi. I would like to invite you to bring your team forward to receive their runner-up medallions from Mike Farrelly, CEO of Farrelly Photos. Would you like to come forward?
And as we see now on screen, Mt Wellington Warriors coming through, getting their medals from the official sponsor, Mike Farrelly from Farrelly Photos. And these girls have done exceptionally well, as you heard from the captain earlier. In round pool play, they went down to the ponies about 90-something points to nil, I believe it was. And for them to come back, what a massive turnaround it has been. First half, struggled a wee bit with the onslaught from the ponies and getting a big roll on, but that second half, putting 3 tries on, you know, you can tell there's a lot of smiles amongst all of the players here. They're absolutely pumped. And I dare say that the coach is about to find out there's a big party at his place tonight when the Warriors get back there. Well done, Mt Wellington.
And the Warriors coaching staff would like to come forward.
Mt Wellington Warriors coaching staff now receiving their medals from the official sponsor, Farrelly Photos, Mike Farrelly, General Manager, Director. and a fabulous effort by the whole coaching team. Big ups for the ball boys.
And a round of applause for the Wellington Warriors ladies team. I'd now like to invite forward the captain of the Ponsonby Ponies. Say a few words.
Thank you, Mt Wellington, for a real tough game. Really gave it to us. Thank you to ARL for putting on this day. Thank you to our coaching staff, water boys, ball boys, our supporters, and our club, and last but not least, our awesome team for getting the win out there. Also, it's real great to have two brand new teams in the pennant final this year. Yeah, thank you.
And I'd like to invite your team up to receive their winning grand final medallions from Mike Farrelly.
And on screen now come the women's team from Ponsonby Ponies, and what a fabulous, famous, traditional club that has been around with deep history, as the girls come up now and take their winning medals in the Premiership, Pennant, Championship Grand Final. Mike Farrelly once again awarding the medals as the official sponsor for the Auckland Rugby League and the Women's Premiership. And there's a lot of happy ponies there. Lots of smiling faces. They're a class act. Their fullback, one of their strongest players today, showed a turn of pace and speed. Same with the halves. Second rowers also had a big day today in the grand final. Ah, she's a hugger. There you go. And be fair to say, Mike Farrelly's a hugger as well. Ponsonby Ponies. Women's team winner of the pennant for 2018, down here today at Mount Smart number 2. Ball boys picking up. And a young ball girl. She's happy too. Happy.
To Ponsonby Ponies 2018 pennant champions. Just for those ladies who are in the NRL training squad, the Auckland squad, we wish you all the best for your forthcoming series. Now sit back, wait for a few minutes time, and the 2018 Women's Premiership Grand Final will be on at 3:03. Thank you.
And now on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, the winners 2018 pennant, sponsored by Farrelly Photos. There's your champion team, Ponsonby Ponies. Well, I've just managed to trap Mike, who didn't actually speak at the official presentation. Mike,
you
what
did
do you think
notice
so
that. Well, I thought Mount Wellington 34 points was it deficit coming out in the first minute of the second half. They made a real statement. They were here to play, but Ponsonby just too good on the day. Got to congratulate both teams, but yeah, deserved winners.
Yeah, I believe so. You look, Ponies, they certainly racked up a lot of pressure in that first half. They got a few points on the board. And to be fair, the score line, even though there was a bit of a blowout there, probably didn't do justice to Mount Wellington's side. That second half, they certainly can hold their heads proud. They came back 3-4 tries on the board and they look pretty happy.
They do, and deservedly so.
As we turn our attention now to the grand final and the big clash today, you know, the major one that's sponsored by Farrelly Photos, and we've talked about you got some special deals happening out there for the end of 2018. Talk a bit about that, please.
Thank you. Yeah, always keen to work with our partnership clubs, and this year offering a to put all their team photos up on their website, absolutely free of charge for our partners.
So just outside of the actual team photos, though, we're talking about something that's very special and very specialised. You can digitise a lot of their history that's inside the clubs, so that's something that people need to understand, because if the place burnt down tomorrow, they'd lose all of that history. So how do they get hold of you, mate?
The best way is through email, just photos@farrelly.co.nz, or give us a call on 0800 274 6868.
And if they've lost a team photo, or somebody's wanting to, deck out the man cave, I understand you've got a very deep vault there with, history, second generation in regards to team photos. So talk a little bit about that.
That's it. We've got 2 generations of photographers now, my father before me, and all his archives and mine are all stored safely, and we can retrieve them and print brand new photo. So when they do get flooded in the garage or even worse, then can replace them.
Awesome, mate. Look, and I know now we get to the Farrelly Photos, the grand final now. We've got Manuriwa Wahines up against the Richmond Roses. What's your inside tip on that, mate?
Well, look at the grandstand. The Manuriwa colours are just here in support, but I'd never discount the Roses. They are deservedly even in the finals.
And look, it's going to be a torrid clash. There's a lot of Kiwi fans that are in both camps, and I think it's going to be a hard, fast track today. Looking forward to, a pretty power-packed, action-packed game.
Yeah, it's just a sprinkling of rain coming now as we're talking, and it might just put a different edge on it.
Well, look, I want to thank you very much for sponsoring, the Women in League for the Auckland Rugby League on behalf of us. We, certainly appreciate and really proud to have you on board. And how's 2019 looking?
Thank you, Troy. I just do want to take the opportunity to thank you and your team, the live stream crew here. The depth and the coverage you've been able to give us has been really appreciated.
Awesome, mate. You didn't commit to 2019. I'll see you after the grand final. I know you're busy, and we'll now throw back to Corey, and we'll get ready for the major clash for today. Cheers, Mike.
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Troy. Thank you.
Let us know.